Okay, what's up, everyone? Swinging Bull here with PB Alerts. Welcome to another one of my earnings stream. Got some good ones today. Coinbase is going to be reporting after the closing bell. Closing bell is in about 10 seconds. Also, Net, which is the company's name is Cloudflare, but the ticker symbol is NET. They're also reporting. And then there's also, hey, what's up, bro, on YouTube? Good to see you. We also have Mara reporting, and so that's obviously a crypto miner. Let's just take a look. I think we got a few minutes to burn here before data comes out. Also, just a reminder about our second annual Traders Paradise. This is an in-person event. Going to be in Chicago from June 9th through the 12th. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Coinbase reports at 4:10 p.m. Eastern. So we got about 10 more minutes for that. Their forecast EPS, or consensus, if you will, is $1.85. The forecast revenue is $2.22 billion. So we'll see what their data comes in at and how it affects the stock price. They were trading just above their anchored VWAP. Anchored VWAP right at $200. So Coinbase closed the regular session today, $206.60 a share. They were up 5% on the day. You could see they kind of gapped up in pre-market, which contributed to that. So they're sitting here in after hours. We'll go 1 minute chart, and we'll just kind of wait for the data to get released. Let me also go over to the Discord and pop in there for all the Discord people. Give me 1 second. So the second company that's going to be reporting, give me 1 second here so I can get the Discord set up. We're doing back-to-back streams today, so I'm kind of coming off the heels of somebody else. Okay, I'm in the Discord. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. What's up to Chag? What's up, Snowflake? If for some reason you can't see my screen on the Discord, I'll post the YouTube link for everyone. You can just go watch it on YouTube if you're having trouble on Discord. So anyways, Coinbase is reporting at 4:10 p.m. Eastern. And the second company reporting is Cloudflare, which is ticker symbol NET, N-E-T. They are supposed to report about 4:15 p.m. Eastern. And their forecast EPS, 16 cents. The forecast revenue is $468.7 million. So we'll see what their data comes in at and how it affects their stock price. They were trading just below the anchored VWAP. Anchored VWAP right around 130 on Cloudflare. They closed the regular session at $124.48, up 2.2% on the day. And we'll be standing by waiting for their earnings data. The third one, we got 3 today, is Mara. Mara is also going to be reporting. So Coinbase, Mara, and Net. Mara's reporting at 4:05 p.m. Eastern. So we'll actually get Mara's data first. And their forecast EPS negative 0.04, forecast revenue $241.9 million. And they were trading just above their anchored VWAP. Their anchored VWAP is probably around $13.50, around there, $14 maybe. So let's see. We got 3 companies reporting earnings. We'll see how all their stock prices get affected. As soon as I get EPS, revenue, and any guidance, I'll definitely post that for everyone. But it looks like Mara is going to report first. So I'm going to go back to the sticks here. I'm going to go, Lyft just reported earnings as well. Okay, good deal. Let me check them out. So, because they actually just reported, so we got a few minutes here. Lyft kind of catching a bid here. They closed the regular session at $13 a share on the dot, up 3.2% on the day. They're sitting in after hours right now, up 11%, trading about mid $14 range. Let me see if I can get Lyft data while we're waiting on the other ones. Give me 1 second, and I'll post that for everyone as well. Obviously, Lyft is a competitor of Uber. Let's see, TTD also reported earnings as well. I have quite a few reporting today, big companies. But let's check out Lyft and just see if I can get some EPS and revenue on that. Okay, it's from the Wall Street Engine. Their Lyft's revenue came in at 1.45 billion. The forecast was 1.47 billion, so they missed a little bit, but kind of came in line. Gross bookings, 4.16 billion. The estimate was 4.15 billion. So they did beat that line item. That was up 13% year over year, so that's good. The Q2 guidance for Lyft looks like the guidance kind of in line. Doesn't look like they had adjusted guidance at all, or very much, if at all. So guidance, they kind of stuck to what was already there. But investors are liking the Lyft data, and they're getting a positive reaction. So good on them. Let's go back to Mara. Their data must be out. I think their data just got out. Let me check real quick, and I'll post that for everyone on YouTube as well. Mara was up 7.2% today. They also kind of gapped up in pre-market a little bit. Kind of held above the gap all day. They're still technically above that gap. A little bit of selling going on Mara, but that's okay. Nothing really crazy. Like I said, they were up over 7% today, down about 1.44% in after hours. Earnings data maybe still getting digested. Let me see if I got EPS revenue on this, and I'll share that with everybody. Okay, let's see. Mara is expected to report 232 million in revenue. Here's the revenue and expectation history. I got a nice little graphic here that we can look at real quick while we're waiting. So Q4 2024, it looks like they did beat the expectations for revenue after missing it 3 times in a row. The last time they beat expectations on revenue was in Q4 of 2023, almost a year and a half ago. So nice beat on revenue for Mara. They did kind of wick down a little under $14 just now, but looks like there was a little bit of dip buyers because it's kind of right back up to baseline where it closed at. So we'll see what the rest of the reaction is going to be. We'll kind of let it settle a little bit here. Go back to the trading view. Give me 1 second and I'll move this over so everyone can see. All right. Coinbase still kind of flat, still waiting on their earnings. Cloudflare up a little bit, but I think we're still waiting on that data as well. So I'll go back to Mara just for a second. And let me get EPS and revenue on them. Kind of just hanging out flat right now, so still waiting. I don't think their data's out yet, to be honest with you. As soon as I get it, though, I'll post it for everyone. And again, just a little recap on what the expectations were for Mara, a little graphic right here. So negative 0.37 is the forecast for EPS, 217.59 million for the revenue. Okay, let me go back to Discord. Let's see here. Okay, let me keep scrolling down and get some information for everyone. Okay, Lyft is kind of pulling back a little bit now after pumping up to 14.70. It's okay. It's sitting about 50% retrace right now, so we'll see if it can hold up there. Okay, still waiting on Mara data. Okay, let me take a look at some other things while we're waiting. Strategic business highlights for Lyft. 16th consecutive quarter of double-digit year-over-year gross bookings growth, so that's good for Lyft. Rides reached highest weekly levels ever in last week of March, so they broke record there. They announced a new kind of a tier for customers. It's the Lyft Silver. It's a new service for older adults, 65 plus. There's currently 5% of riders. They're targeting 70 million plus aging population by 2030. So the new product is called Lyft Silver. Okay. rolled out Earnings Assistant, an AI-powered tool to help drivers optimize earnings. So they're kind of implementing a little bit of AI there. And they're acquiring FreeNow, which is a service over in Europe. And that's their way of expanding into Europe. They're just going to buy out one of their competitors over there. The initial positive reaction on Lyft, I think, was driven they announced a share repurchase program. They actually had one in place before, but they announced that they increased it to 750 million. And 500 million of that share repurchase program is going to be deployed in the next 12 months. Then 200 million within the next 3 months. So good stuff from Lyft. I think they're going to be okay. I know it pulled back a little bit after that pump, but that's okay. I think this could probably start making higher lows and start trending up. They got some solid data here. The CEO, David Rishner. Okay, it's 4:10 p.m. Let me just go back to Cloudflare. Okay, we're still waiting on Cloudflare, and Coinbase is still they're both still kind of flat. So still waiting on data for those. Let me go back to Mara just for a second. Okay, so we got 3 companies reporting earnings. Okay, a little bit of info on Mara. Their revenues increased 30% year over year to 214 million. Their Bitcoin holdings, let me go back to the Mara's chart here. Their Bitcoin holdings increased 174% year over year. They now have 47,531 Bitcoin. And at the end of Q1 of 2024, so kind of same period last year, they only had 17,320 Bitcoin. So they increased their Bitcoin holdings by 174%. And of course, revenues increased 30% year over year. So good deal with Mara. The data looks good. They're not really getting much of a reaction, if any. There was an initial reaction just below 14, but popped right back up. It's kind of sitting here where it closed at. So let me post Mara's earnings on YouTube for everybody, so you can see that. There you go. And let me just grab some other data real quick, and I'm going to be kind of flipping back and forth here because I obviously a lot of people are probably here for Coinbase and Cloudflare, which is net. 4:12 p.m. Eastern. Let me just, did I just open? No, I'm good. All right, so let me go back here. Coinbase is supposed to be out by now, and net is supposed to be released in 3 minutes. So let me just double check. Okay, Mara is getting a negative reaction. Maybe they messed with some of their guidance. And as soon as I find that, I'll get you. Okay, Coinbase did report as well. So I'm just going to jump over to Coinbase just real quick. Coinbase closed the regular session at $206.50, up 5% on the day. And not really a lot of movement on Coinbase right now. Let me go over here. We will just kind of double check it real quick. Yeah, it's just kind of flat for Coinbase. But couple things for Coinbase. EPS came in at $2.54, and the estimate was $2.18, and that's compared to $1.65 in Q1 of 2024. So their EPS was good. Net income, it looks like Mara and Coinbase are kind of having similar reactions here, but revenue for Coinbase, 2.07 billion. That is up 44.6% year over year. They did not beat revenue forecast, though. The forecast was 2.09 million. The net income was 693.9 million compared to 1.18 billion same time last year. So they missed big on net income, folks. Maybe that's attributing to why they're getting a negative reaction here. And maybe Mara's getting a negative reaction because of Coinbase, because Mara's data wasn't that bad. Mara's data was actually somewhat good. And guidance for Q2 of 2025, subscription and services revenue expected between 610 and 700 million. Sales and marketing expenses projected at 230 to 260 million. That's up from 195 million in Q1. So their sales and marketing expenses are more for that. They're saying Q2 it's going to be a lot more. So that's not good when their expenses are more. And like I said, Coinbase missed net revenue. I'm sorry, net sales, net income by quite a bit as far as the year-over-year numbers go. Like I said, their net income came in at 693 million. Same time last year was 1.18 billion. So their net income almost half of what it was same time last year. Okay, let's jump over to net real quick because they're getting a negative reaction as well. They closed the regular session at 124.31. They were up 2% on the day. Let me double check a few things here because I'm going to jump over to net because I know this is a software company. I actually like the company. However, they are getting a negative reaction right now. So give me one sec. Coinbase looks like it's coming back up a little bit. So it came down to 198.46. So it broke below 200 momentarily. It's retraced almost all the way back up now. So Coinbase coming back, definitely retracing. Let's see if it can keep it up. Let me see where we're at here. Yeah, I'll go to the top of after hours high. So yeah, I mean they retraced almost all the way back up. So it's a bit volatile right now. Let's see if they can hold some of these levels. Got like 203.70. Okay, that one just broke. 202.50 and then 201. So 202.50 is probably S1, and then 201 will be S2. S3 198.50. Pretty clean levels there. So let's see if it can hold those support levels, and then I think it probably has a chance of coming back to baseline before it's sold off. I'm gonna go to let me just get the data for Coinbase real quick because it's obviously out now. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay, got some results for Coinbase. Let's take a look here. So the EPS, like I said, Coinbase did beat EPS by quite a bit. And okay, yeah, so we already went over this. Their net income is half as much as it was 1 year ago. So that's not good for the net income, even though EPS was a pretty good beat. And also their Q2 guidance for sales and marketing expenses went up quite a bit. So net sales, they kind of bombed on that one. Sales and marketing expenses are going to be a lot more. It doesn't look like investors are liking it too much, what's going on with Coinbase. It's almost 4:20 p.m. Eastern. Let me see if I got some data for net real quick, and I'll post that. All right, let's take a look here. Got a nice little graphic I can share with everybody. Okay, so for net, this is Cloudflare. EPS came in line. Okay, forecast was 0.16. They reported 0.16, so not really anything going on there with EPS. Revenue came in at 469 million. I'm sorry, the forecast was 469 million, and the numbers they just reported was 479 million. So beat by 2%. All right, and EPS year-over-year numbers unchanged. Revenue up 27%. I'm sorry, year-over-year. So double-digit growth on the revenue, and also looks like net's coming back up here. I still got the chart pulled up on the right. So they came down to 117 and some change, a little bit over 117. Now they're back up to 123. So there was some dip buyers there. Quarter over quarter, EPS was down 16%. Revenue was up 4% quarter over quarter. Excuse me. So investors just bought that dip. Let's see if it holds. Coinbase looks real sloppy right now, I have to say. The price action looks really sloppy. Initial negative reaction, almost retraced all the way back up, then came all the way back down to almost the low for after hours, and now it's trying to come back up again. So lots of ping pong action going on Coinbase, pretty volatile. Net trying to catch a bid here. They're officially green in after hours. So it looks like net earnings have been fully digested by investors, and it looks like it's trying to catch a bid. It's up almost 3% now. So I'm a net fan. I like Cloudflare. I like the company. I was running diagonal calendar presses or diagonal calendar spreads on this, basically for Q3, Q4 of last year and into this year, and we made some decent money trading it. So net's looking quite good now. It's actually, yeah, it's up. It broke the high a day. Actually, just wicked up to 130. It's looking like it's trying to hold up there. Good stuff for net. So again, just to recap, the EPS was flat. They beat revenue by a little bit. Year over year revenue is great, 24%. And just kind of a fun fact with net, let me see here. Over the last 2 years, net has beaten EPS estimates 100% of the time and has beaten revenue estimates 88% of the time. Over the last 3 months, EPS estimates have seen 1 upward revision and 19 downward. Revenue estimates have seen 4 upward revisions and 18 downward. All right, let me pull up some more data here. Give me 1 second. So net looks good, trading just below 130 right now. Let me scroll out on Coinbase. Coinbase still looks, the price action still looks pretty sloppy there. So let me post some data. This is from earnings time. And let me just see. Also, Cloudflare Net signed the largest contract in company history, a $100 million deal driven by its workers development platform. Very impressive. I think that has a lot to do with why it's catching a little bit of a bid here. It's now trading over $130 a share. Good stuff. Let me post this net info on the bottom of my screen. There we go. So everyone can see that. It's looking like a congrats to the net bulls. It's up almost $7 a share, 5.38% green in after hours, after being up 2.14% during the regular session. So let's take a look at some other things. Yeah, I mean, I personally think the big deal with net is going to be that new contract that they signed. Largest contract signed deal in company history, $100 million deal. Let me look at some other stuff. Okay, they did increase guidance. Net increased guidance, folks. That's got a lot to do with why they kind of pumped back up their 2025 guidance. So this is for the fiscal year, the remainder of this year. Their guidance was increased. The estimate was 2.08 billion, and the new guidance is 2.094 billion. So they increased 2025 guidance. I'd love to see it. So it looks like net's going to be just fine. Coinbase finally looking like it's trying to get out of this choppiness. It's been quite choppy here the past 5 or 10 minutes. So let's just kind of see if it can get out of this little funk it's in right now. Sitting right around 50% retrace from the initial selling. So 50% retrace right around 203.75. So I'd like to see it stay above there. Next level down, I'd say S1 from here, 203.75, S2, 202.50, and then S3, 201. And would definitely like it to get back above 205. 205 is the golden ratio on the fib. I like watching that level. You mathematic people out there know what I'm talking about. To get back above 205, and then, my confidence that this is going to come back up is going to go up for sure. Net still hanging out above 130. Good stuff on net. I got net's data already posted on YouTube right here. All right, so looks like we got our reactions. Positive for net, initially it was a negative reaction. Buyer scooped up the dip, I'm assuming after they digested the data regarding the the new deal that they signed, the $100 million deal that they signed. So investors scooped up that dip, and now it's sitting up here around 130. Coinbase, initial negative reaction, and it's just been quite choppy since then. Again, I like it above 205. If it can stay above 205, and then we got the remainder of after hours price action, I think the Coinbase bulls are going to be just fine. Back to Mara. Mara's not catching a break. It's still sitting down here. It's trading at $13.85. Not much lower from where it closed at, even though this 5-minute candle looks a bit big. But in the grand scheme of things, we'll zoom out a little bit. It's not really doing bad at all. So it's just kind of sitting down here. Initial negative reaction. It is down 3%. But that's after it being up 7% on the day. So you got to think, is this even, would this fall into classification that this is a negative reaction? Because, I mean, do the math. If it's up over 7% during the regular session, it's only down 3% from this earnings release. Technically still up 4% overall, isn't it? So, it's not all bad for Mara either. Even though it was kind of a negative reaction, it was just a small one. And didn't even retrace half of what today's gain in regular session was. So it's doing okay. So it looks like we got our reaction. Just keep your eye on the stocks. Obviously, before you jump into anything, not financial advice, but on the ones that have negative reactions, maybe try and spot some higher lows printing before you jump in, and trade smarter, not harder, if you will. But yeah, that kind of wraps up the earnings reactions, if you will. So just real quick, I'm going to go over to our in-person event in Chicago. So this is our second annual Traders Paradise. Last year we did it in Delray Beach. It was a lot of fun. Live trading every day. We released some new trading strategies to everyone, had some private dinners, and it was just a blast. This year, it's going to be 10 times better. This year it's in Chicago from June 9th through the 12th. Let me hide that banner there so everyone can see the date. And definitely looking forward to going to this one. If you look in the description of the stream I'm on now, you'll see a link for Traders Paradise 2025. You just click on that. That'll take you to where you can buy your tickets. And just a little summary of what's going on. It's a 4-day event. So the 9th, the 10th, 11th, and 12th. It's going to be at the Hyatt Regency at O'Hare, Chicago. So looking forward to staying there at that hotel. And just a quick summary, we're going to do live trading every morning at market open. So bring your laptop, get ready to trade right alongside with us. We're going to be doing interactive workshops. We're also going to have a live session on advanced options. I'm probably going to be heading up that session. I do a lot of multi-leg options. I consider them basically advanced options, not really basic. But I do a lot of spreads, so credit spreads, debit spreads. I do condors. I run a lot of wheel strategy, cash secured puts, covered calls. I do a lot of buy plus right strategy. I just did a buy plus right on Ford the other day, basically dividend capture strategy. I bought some shares, then sold some covered calls against it. Expiration date of the covered calls is after the ex-div date. Ford's ex-div date is Monday, May 12th. So you just need to own shares by and on that date. After May 12th, you can do whatever you want with your shares. You'll be owner of record on the ex-div date, and you will get the dividend. But I went ahead and bought some shares, several hundreds of shares. Obviously, every 100 shares, I can write one covered call. So I bought some shares, sold a handful of covered calls, a little bit of downside protection there with the covered call. And yeah, so I officially own shares, and I'll own them on Monday as well. And then I'll be collecting the dividend on Ford. So that's just to give you an idea of some of the types of trades that I do in the Discord over here at PB Alerts. So anyways, I kind of went off on a tangent about my trading there for a second. But in Chicago, Traders Paradise, the in-person event, I'll be handling the advanced options trading session. Also, we're going to have step-by-step instructions from the owner of PB Alerts, Big Quench. His name's Austin. And he's going to show us how he uses his advanced trading strategy, which he's been using for several years. He's made a ton of money on that, so he's going to show everyone that. And then we have Shai Balor. We love Shai. He's also a member of the PB family. Big presence on Twitter. He's been on a lot of financial media outlets and been on TV and stuff like that. He's going to go through an AI and text-based deep dive. He's basically going to let us know where institutions are placing their bets from now and through the end of 2025. So I'm looking forward to sitting in on that session for sure. Also, part of a reason why I'm a Cloudflare fan, if you will. I've been trading net for quite a bit. Like I said, Q3, Q4 last year, Q1, and made quite a bit of money on net. Shai is actually the one that turned me on to that stock, and I thank him very much for all the profit that I've made on net. So looking forward to Shai's session. It's going to be great. Also, we have someone pretty well known that's going to be there, Lou Bassanisi. He's been on MSNBC, Fox News, you name it, all the big financial media outlets. He's been on TV. He's going to have his own session during the in-person event, and it's going to be how to develop as an investor, okay? Because Lou Bassanisi is more of an investor, savvy long-term investor, and I'm definitely looking forward to sitting in on his session. We're also releasing a new trading view indicator. We're going to have private dinners. It's just going to be a blast, y'all. The 3 tickets to choose from, we have 3 different tickets. So there's a bronze ticket, a silver ticket, and a gold ticket. The bronze ticket is only 2 days of the event. So the event's 4 days. So the bronze ticket's just 2 days of the event. Still lots of value in there. Lunch is included both days. You're still going to get the live trading at market open. You're going to get the AI and text-based deep dive, the trading view indicator reveal, and it's still a lot of value in that. And so the bronze ticket's a good deal. The second tier ticket is the silver package. That gets you 3 days of the event. Okay. So you get 3 days with the silver package. And this ticket includes the advanced options class that I'm going to be personally teaching. So, and also a lot of other stuff too. So silver ticket's still a great deal. The top ticket's the gold package. We've sold quite a few of these ones. This is all 4 days of the event. It includes everything in the bronze and silver tickets. Plus, with this ticket, you get the private VIP dinners. All right. The biggest insights happen behind closed doors, right? There's really going to be some top tier, high level discussions going on at these private dinners. And also includes a deep dive mentorship sessions and basically full access to everything training and strategy related for this in-person event. So the gold package is really where the most bang of the buck is, I think. Includes everything, and you get all 4 days in the private dinner. So lots of these gold tickets have already sold. I do want to mention these bronze and silver tickets. They are 40% off right now. I do want to mention today is the last day of the 40% off. Okay, so after today, these are going to be full price tickets, but as of right now, they're 40% off. So, I mean, that's almost half off the cost of the ticket. So good stuff there. And also, if you end up getting the ticket, call the hotel right after you get the ticket. Again, it's the hotels it's the Hyatt Regency O'Hare Chicago. As soon as you get the ticket, call them, because we blocked off 50 hotel rooms, and those hotel rooms are discounted. But as soon as those 50 hotel rooms that we blocked off are filled, you're going to have to pay full price for the hotel rooms. There are still hotel rooms left in our block. Like I said, we blocked off 50 rooms. So after you get your ticket, call the hotel and get that situated, and then you'll be good to go. And again, it's in Chicago, June 9th through the 12th. And I really hope to see everyone there. But this was a great stream. I hope everyone enjoyed. And if you do end up buying tickets to the Traders Paradise in Chicago, I definitely look forward to meeting you. And other than that, I hope everyone has a great night. And I'll chat with everyone very, very soon. Cheers.